Between an Indian man and a British man, I would choose a British man.
I personally don't have any experience dating a British man, but honestly, I don't mind.
For the time being, they haven't caught me with anyone in India.
I would go for a British one, yeah.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Arno from France, and in today's video we're asking Indian girls if they prefer to date Indian guys or British guys. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, please like the video and subscribe as well. It's a big help. And as usual, guys, you can follow me on Instagram just right here. I'm sharing my daily life in Sheffield and the UK. And yeah, let's do it. Where are you from and what's your background?
My name is Shraddha. So I was born in India. I was raised in Kuwait. I went back to India to do my undergrad.
Okay.
And I've just recently finished my master's in biotech.
What's the differences between like India, you know, and the UK?
In India, the dating culture is relatively new. Like dating for fun or like casual dating or dating to see where this goes. It's not the thing in India. I think because when people start dating, they eventually want to get married somewhere in the future. You know, we do think long term. And then we are, you know, brought up with our families. So I love my family. I respect my family a lot. So I would want somebody bond with them as well, not just with me, but with them. But here, you know, people do a lot of casual dating and exploring, and which is in a way good because you can meet different people from different cultures and you can learn new things. But I also feel like in this case, people do fear commitment. So people do fear to get into a long-term relationship.
Have you dated someone in the UK? You know, have you like, you know, experience here or not at all?
I personally, since I was just here for a year, I personally don't have any experience dating a British man.
Okay.
So yeah, but honestly, I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
open to it.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to learn about people and you know, just like get to know them. You know, I think it's fun.
Awesome.
But honestly, if you ask me personally, I would settle for an Indian man.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, you know, because you mentioned obviously your parents are really important. So what do you think how your parents will react? You know, for example, if you date a British guy, they would be like accept him, or how it would play out, you know, you think?
I think my parents will be okay. They consider my happiness to be a priority.
Okay.
So because of that, they would be accepting. I don't know about my entire family, but my parents would definitely support me.
Okay.
If I am happy, they would definitely be happy about it. But I think I would relatively be happy with an Indian man.
Okay.
I think it's just for the simple fact that, you know, there is a different sense of understanding. You know, when you belong to a same culture, you can understand. It's just easy. I think it's just really comfortable. I think I would be really comfortable with an Indian man because I want somebody who would respect my family, respect me, respect my culture.
Okay.
And
you're afraid maybe that's not going to be the case?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I just feel like they wouldn't be that involved. I think that is kind of my fear. I want somebody going to festivals and, you know, like religious ceremonies with me.
That's awesome.
And I don't know if people do that, but if I find somebody who does that, then that's great.
Awesome, guys, you know what to do, Quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, TrainPal. If like me, sometimes you're traveling miles away to see one of your dates, TrainPal is the go-to solution. You can get the cheapest train ticket by splitting them, and there is no booking fees. You can save even more money by getting a rail cards. You can use the code ARNO in the description down below to get any kinds of rail cards with 34% off and 5% off UK and Europe train tickets. So don't make your dates wait. Hop on the train and go see them. Cheers. Introduce yourself, you know, like where are you from and what's your background, you know?
So I'm basically from Kerala. It's like in the southernmost part of India.
In the UK and India, what are the differences, you know, you can point out?
I think it's more easy to date here or like in other places compared to India because our families, like the Indian culture is like they're really protective of how we date or who we date because they find that we don't need to date at this time. We just have to date after, like near to our marriage age. In UK, it's like really open. We can go wherever we want. We can date people from different places if we connect with them. But in India, it's like really difficult. We have to do it so secretly because our parents might find it as a big thing because they might make an issue out of that. So we have to do that secretly without them catching us. So it's a bit difficult to go out with them or something like that. Yeah, we can have our freedom here actually. Yeah.
And what will happen if your parents like caught you with someone?
For the time being, they haven't caught me with anyone in India. Yeah, it's really good because I was away because they were in another place and I was away. So it was okay for me. But yeah, I have seen my friends having issues after being caught at their house. So it's a bit issue there. They are not like open like the people here or like in foreign countries. Yeah.
Between an Indian guy and a British guy, for which guy you would go for and why,
I think it depends on us because we can't just date them because they are just Indian or British. It basically depends on us and that person because if we can connect with them, it's more easy. If we have same preferences or any common things, it's actually more good so that we can work on that and get to know each other. So it basically, I believe that it depends on people and their preferences, not because of the country they come from. Depends on how we want them to be.
So you don't have any preferences between the British guy and the Indian guys? You don't have any preferences whatsoever?
No, I would like to date people from other culture as well so that I can get to know about another culture, like learn what's the difference between ours and theirs, everything, especially the food, their behaviors, their character. It might differ depending upon the countries. So yeah, it would be nice to date a person from another place.
What's your background? Where are you from?
I'm from India, one of the southern parts of Kerala.
What do you think would be the differences, for example, if you date like a British guy,
There might be no comparison between a British or an Indian guy because if you take a mango, there is different types of mango, species of mangoes.
Yeah.
So if a British guy, there might be different types of British guys, different types of Indian guys. So if I date someone, I would look for a person who might take care of themselves, so they can take care of me as well. So I would look for a person like that, yeah.
So if you have like the choice between like Indian and British, for which guy you would tend to go for,
If I have a choice like that, I would go for a better person.
Okay.
Whether it's British or Indian, it's a better person, I would date them, yeah.
Can you present yourself, like where are you from and what's your background,
So basically, I'm from India, and the city where I belong is Mumbai, the financial capital of India.
So what are the differences, for example, between India and the UK when it comes to dating,
I have used dating apps in India, and I have used dating apps here as well. In India, is more people like the boys are more into serious relationships. They want something long term and then serious, yeah. And yeah, a little bit possessiveness is more in India comparatively. Here, I was seeing some British people and British guys. It's different here. They're more relaxed. They're more open minded, and then they trust you. So it's more like good. I mean, it's nice.
You think it's really common in India to use dating apps nowadays? What do you think?
Nowadays, yes, but still people are afraid because you know what? Yeah, because on the dating app you can see so many known people, and Indians have this thing, what if the society points out? So it's not like UK, Here people is like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, whoever sees it, may it be my brother or sister or my mother. Sometimes people just put their initial. They don't even put the name.
In India?
Yes, in India.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't even know the name of the person till the time you meet them.
It's like a surprise.
Yeah.
Between like an Indian guy and a British guy, for which guy you would go for and why,
I would go for a British one, yeah. Okay, honestly, as I mentioned earlier about possessiveness and about trust part, that's the major thing which I felt, this is lacking in Indians. They get more possessive and they think about long term. But I think so when I met so many people in UK, they're like, just live today. This is present life. They don't think much about future. It's good like now, right now we're enjoying. We don't know about tomorrow. That's really nice about you people. When I see people on weekends, they just enjoy. They get sloshed, and then they don't think about tomorrow. Whatever we're gonna face it tomorrow. It is actually my personality. That's why I think so. I like it.
And if you pick a British guy, what would be the reaction of your family,
Both my parents are educated and they are very open to all this until and unless I'm happy with the guy. And they know that I would not choose anyone random. So obviously if I'm choosing a person as my life partner, it would have some meaning to it. They don't mind anything. In fact, they say that you find for yourself. You won't be able to do that because your choices and your things are different now. Yeah. Because you were in India, now you're in UK. Maybe things have changed now.
When it comes to dating, like what's the differences, for example, between the UK and India if you want to, date someone?
The main difference is, what I can say is, here in the UK, we date a person before getting married. But in India, we first marry and then do dating. This is a common tradition happening in India. Our family decide on the person who we want to get married, basically, mainly. Yeah. And then sometimes we have to accept it.
You think your own parents will choose a partner for you, or you'll be able to find your own partner,
My family is a little bit open-minded. If I like someone, they'll accept it. But not everyone. For my cousins, it was different, yeah. Before marriage, our family will think about the salary and the profession they're working and a family background of that other person and everything. Here in the UK, we prioritize the person that we are getting married. Yes. So we don't really bother about the family background or everything else. Sometimes, I don't know. But in India, everything matters.
So between an Indian guy and a British guy, for which guy you would go for, and why?
It depends on the person. I don't think whether it matters from where they're from. It depends on the person, how we can build a comfort bond between us, the connection between us. It depends on the person, yeah.
And for example, if you date a friend or guy, what will be the reaction of your family, if you tell them, okay, I'm dating a British guy, how they would react, to that?
Maybe they won't accept it.
They won't accept it?
Maybe they won't accept. My family won't accept if I tell them I'm dating a British guy. They'll say, our culture is different, their culture is different, and how it's going to blend together. Maybe they won't accept.
So when it comes to dating, can you point out maybe a few differences, for example, between the UK and India,
From my personal experience in Bangalore, the guys over there were very calculative. So it had to do with reputation, things like that. They were very image conscious. I came from a wealthy family. Yeah. It was, hard to actually, get someone over there. I have dated some people there, but it hasn't worked out. But when it comes to the UK, Englishmen are actually very easy to navigate. They like me because, I'm all very feminine. They're very easy to navigate. They're very polite. They're very kind. Of course, there are some who can be disrespectful and things like that, but then if one has their boundaries up, they would respect that very much.
And in India, that's not really the case?
I wouldn't say this for all Indian guys, but especially Bangalorean men. They tend to, use status to control things like that. And they would put me in competition with other women, which I really didn't like. It would lower my self-esteem. But other than that, Indian men outside Bangalore, they're actually very nice. Okay. They're very appreciative. They give respect, things like that.
If you have the choice between dating an Indian guy and dating a British guy, for which guy you will go for?
I would go for the British guy, most definitely. I mean, I have dated Indian men, British men, American men. All of them gave what they could give. Between an Indian man and a British man, I would choose a British man.
For which reason exactly?
It's easier to communicate with them. For example, I speak good English, so they would appreciate that. But then when it comes to Indian men, they would feel like, a bit inferior, saying things like, oh, my English isn't that good, things like that. I would choose the Englishman because he would encourage that independence, that freedom, things like that.